Yes, the Parliament, the House of Reps, has approved the age limit for seeking admission into Nigerian tertiary institutions, which is 18 years. Now, I want to say that I'm a bit disappointed with Nigerian parents. Nigerian parents are just too docile. I think the docility of Nigerian parents is what is translating to some of the anomalies we're having in our government. And again, a lot of our youth too have emulated that docility of the way our parents behave with past government that resulted to this mess we are in our country. Now, you look at the pictures on your screen. You see a little child inside traffic trying to sell. That's what child abuse. Do you know that this country has no laws against child abuse? Now, look at a state that is supposed to be a shining light, an example to other states. That is talking about the seat of the caliphate. A state of 14 million citizens records a divorce of 857,443 of women below 14 years, from 14 years down. So, meaning all under 15 are getting married and are getting divorced, while the same age cannot seek admission into the university. You can see why our country is like this. Now, if you look at the scenario surrounding Nigeria economy, do you see a country that will be free from university strike in the nearest future? The answer is no. Because if you watch now, school fees is running into millions. There are some schools that if you don't have 1.something million, you can't send your child there because of the high tuition fee. I'm talking of public schools, universities, federal universities, state universities. Now, Senate, House of Reps, approved that you must be 18 years before you seek admission into the university. Does it make any sense? So if a girl of 14 below is getting married and getting divorced, why can't a girl of that age also go to the university if she has intellectual capacity? When is Nigeria going to have a system that is dictated by meritocracy? If a girl of 14 years sits for JAMB and scores 300, and a guy of 25 years sits for JAMB and he cannot score 200, why shouldn't the one of 14 years go to the university? Yet that same girl of 14 is eligible to get married in this country. Is this a country? And our parents are quiet. Nobody's saying anything, nobody's doing anything about it. And then we keep complaining, government is bad, government is bad. What makes the government bad is all these anomalies you are seeing. Because merit is nothing, merit is useless in Nigeria. So why should a child of 14 be married and divorced, yet that same age cannot go to the university if she has the intellectual capacity? So between getting married, between a married house and the university, which one is more adult oriented? This is nonsense. This is rubbish. Now look at the little child on your screen. She's selling on traffic. Anything can happen to this child. Is there any law protecting this child? None. So we have seen even men going to meet a girl of under 14, giving them cars, jeep, buying cars for them, trying to woo them. Yet we don't see anything wrong. There is no law that is against all this. Even the African Child Rights Act that prohibits age of marriage below 18 is not domesticated in Nigeria. Those laws are not domesticated here. The Senate did not domesticate the law. Yet they were able to sit down and tell us that if you are so intelligent and you are 15, you cannot get a university admission. If you are able to score 400 in JAMB and you are 17, you are 16, you cannot go into the university. Is that not rubbish? Now, if strike meets a child at home for 6 months, we have had several times where university strike lasts up to 6 months and students are at home doing nothing. They waste their whole time. A girl will be graduating at 28, 29, 30. And when will you expect that girl to get married? This is nonsense. Nigerian parents, you people are just too docile. You don't want to fight for your children's right. You don't want to do anything. You just keep praying and praying and praying. Let me ask you a question. I studied the scripture very well. Go and study the history of St. Luke's in Alexandria of Egypt. When St. Luke was tied on the horse and dragged in the city of Alexandria. I went as far, did my research to check what is the soil texture of Alexandria. I did all the research and I discovered that Alexandria is a stony ground. St. Luke was dragged on the city by a horse until life was forced out of him and he died. Where was God? Was God not there? Was God not seeing everything happening? So you don't know that even God himself, God of violence. God allows some things to happen. So even God is a fighter. Till today, Israel is still fighting. Some of us don't believe that we should fight for the generation yet unborn. You don't believe that you should fight for your children. You are just docile and be praying and praying. Do you pray more than Alexander of St. Luke of Alexandria? Do you pray more than the apostles? The apostles died like fowl. God was seeing it when they were dying. But some of us, we don't want to do anything. We believe that prayer will solve our problem. Okay, we will see how prayer will make Nigeria good. Prayer, let me tell you the secret of prayer. Prayer changes us. Faith changes the things. Faith changes a group. If you want a nation to change, prayer will not change it. It's faith. What is faith? Action. It's action that will change it. That's the gospel truth.